Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay.
I'm Craig.
Teth.
And we have finally got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Sweet sorrow.
I was
One
hoping.
game,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
most important game. That's the last game.
Super Bowl 58.
So sad.
How many weeks of football has it been now? So the last week was this 20,
It's gonna be
24? No, 22 or 23 weeks of football straight?
yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe I count
Yeah,
preseason.
yeah.
Yeah,
doing
when I
that.
count preseason, yeah, like
Kind
it's
of
just,
Yeah.
it's been a long time. I'm going to miss it.
I really thought Dallas, maybe not be there, but be close. But I'm still, I have regret.
I really
I
didn't
did.
think it was gonna be a first round knockout. I really.
Oh yeah, you was talking a lot of trash, so yeah. He knew what was going to happen, so yeah. He's an honest person himself.
Anyway, but well, before we get to the big game, we've covered most of the coaching changes and everything like that. But since the last time, Dan Quinn
Yeah, he's a Commanders head coach now.
moved on from the Cowboys, left as the DC.
Yeah, actually-
he went from being the DC to living in DC.
Yeah, my thing is, why would you leave the enemy to come to the rival? It's like, do you not care? I just think, yes, it was a vacancy job.
The enemy to come to the rival.
He
Yeah,
left.
he left Dallas for Washington, but I don't know why.
Are we the enemy? Is Dallas the enemy?
They're the enemy of
Okay,
Washington. And they're the rival.
Okay.
I wasn't talking, I'm just
I'm
I
just
mean,
trying to
on some
understand.
fronts, Dallas is anybody in the NFC's enemy, and he was in Atlanta. So
I think our defense needed a little bit more anyway. I think that when the games went bad, I feel like it was more.
this year,
If
I think it was
offense
more
couldn't
defense.
help, like if offense had a bad game, we lost. You know, and as long as they had to either both be cooking or offense had to be cooking. But sometimes the offense is going to have bad games. You gotta.
which is weird because usually this is the opposite conversation. We're like, well, Dallas's defense has showed up again and blah blah blah. But yeah, it's
just can't get them to meld together.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I think our
Yeah.
defense did something different. Like
and
I don't know. I think they need more guidance. I think he was too high up.
And you think him as the head coach of the Commanders is going to give them guidance?
Well, that's their
he's
problem,
saying,
not
yeah,
my
she's
problem.
like, I don't. Yeah, that's the point. They can go be misguided.
That's not
That's
my
true.
problem.
We watched Kingsbury not get Kyler
Now
Murray
the problem
better.
is that he gonna know our offense. So I'm sure that's a conversation how that works. Like
28-3. That's all I've got to say. I don't know how he got there's no way in hell if I'm Jerry Jones I'm hiring him as our defensive coordinator after that. His defense have had the defense of Atlanta was a glaring problem.
well, offense stopped scoring too, didn't they? In that game, 28.
I'm talking about his entire tenure of the defense had massive holes. Matt Ryan had to outscore most of the people they played.
I mean,
I think it was a weird hire, to be honest. But then getting Cliff Kingsbury, it's only reason that's decent is I guess they might be trying to go all in on
I
Caleb.
think I would got y'all head coach if I was the Commanders.
Well, him nor Bill have a job this year.
That's surprising to me. I'm
Just have no place in the world.
I'm just really surprised by that. I can see they're not even trying to get him for a coordinator. Or you think he only looking for a head coach?
I think he wants to be a head coach. I don't think he wants to be a coordinator. But I mean,
Sometimes you got to go where the jobs are.
yeah, I think he thought with
I mean,
8
you gotta
openings he was
humble
going to get one of
yourself.
the 8.
Yeah. I mean, there was 8 job openings. I kind of think I was going to get one of them too.
I mean, sometimes you got to humble yourself, and then when people see, if they see your defense, he's a defense coordinator, right? If they see a defense like somebody flourish,
No, our defensive. We had Shane
Hold
Bowen.
on.
no, that's not what I meant. He's a defensive head
So Dan
coach.
Quinn leaves Dallas. And now Tiffany is on our show that's going to be put up on YouTube trying to tell Mike Vrabel he needs to give up on being a head coach and just be a DC somewhere.
It wasn't good.
Who's looking for a DC, Craig? Like, what's the only place that still needs a DC?
I think we all need to humble ourselves. This is what Jesus talked about. You have to.
See what I'm saying?
I don't know how we got here.
I'm just trying
But
to
we
get
talking about
good.
the Commanders,
I'm just getting good information.
and them getting Cliff Kingsbury is the only reason that they're going to try to probably go all in on Caleb.
Caleb Williams.
I don't think that's a good idea. But
So you think the Commanders are going to try to get Caleb Williams?
they do need a quarterback.
They need a quarterback, but
I don't think he's the answer.
Why it's not even just him being the answer. They have a long history of making divas out. They get humble quarterbacks and make them divas, and then their careers go down the toilet.
And if we're being honest, they need to work on that old line
Badly.
If Sam Howell can't throw the ball if he's trying to just throw it up every time he's getting
Yeah.
Like how many times did we see him run for first like 3rd and 15? You're like, what?
Yeah.
So I don't think yes, they need a quarterback, but they have other glaring pieces to fix.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, they did get a lot. They got a good amount of draft picks for Montez Sweat and Chase Young. Now, same token, now you got to go replace Montez Sweat and Chase Young. But they did got them a couple of draft picks. So, I mean.
Okay, yes, that's why also, yes, they do. Like, if you're going to get him, but you need to put the pieces around him because he's going to be.
I mean, the receiving core is good. The running back's good. If they get him and they can get him line, then I guess they make.
But they have a lot of money too, don't they?
I think they do have a decent cap.
I think they have money to go out here in free agency and pick up some people, at least 1 or 2 pieces.
They don't make the best life decisions. I mean, but we're starting
out. It's also
new ownership.
So it's a new ownership.
I guess
I'm in Dan Snyder mind.
You have to judge them off their self.
We've seen Dan Snyder here for a long time, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that.
Until they changed their name and changed that culture in there.
Minch, so
yeah,
I do
you remember the Hogs?
I
think you were. Anyway,
well, I mean, I had a lot of Skips fans in my family, so like I had a lot of people that.
Oh, the history of talking about it.
Yeah, like not even just the history that like we're watching. I mean, I'm 89, so I mean 93. They were still Hogs.
Yeah. I don't want to play that game.
Yeah, you're right. So, she was there for the first Super Bowl they won. But, we ain't going to talk about that.
Hey, wait a second, because I thought he was trying to say you were there for the first Super Bowl.
No!
Craig.
No!
We try to have a show without violence. This is going to be a different video.
I said what I
did. Put the cap on it.
They put bone fights. Like, took that off the air, right?
Hey.
First rule of Fight Club. All right.
But anyway, with the Cliff Kingsbury hire, that does put Bieniemy out. So who knows where he's going?
I think he might go back home.
Everybody keeps acting like there has to be a reason that he doesn't, but like it just seems like everywhere there's.
I think he's too hard on him, and they don't let. And I think the players don't let. I think he really is. I think the Chiefs missed that this year because their offense, yes, it runs well, but they're missing
that discipline.
They're missing that extra structure. The way Eric ran the offense there with
I mean, there's a lot of coaches like that because like Antonio Pierce was saying that when I can't remember what game it was. Remember the game they won at home and they all had the cigars in the locker room. Mm-hmm. And he called to him like, "We don't do that." The coach he was like, "No, we don't do that. The Raiders do that."
Yeah.
And I'm the Raiders coach, and this is what the Raiders do. Like Coughlin, there's no way that would have happened. They were talking to Julian Edelman about it, and he was like, "Yeah, there's no way Bill Belichick would have let that happen."
Yeah.
So I mean, there's some coaches that,
but he also bleeds black and silver. He knows what they are.
Yeah, but I mean, and like I said,
I don't know. So you think actually, most coaching places are pretty filled, but people they could chase stuff in the offseason. But where can he go?
And I mean, what if you get one of them 0-6 starts from a coach?
Please,
especially a coach that people
don't let it be us.
A lot of people got fired this year.
Y'all are first year. Y'all are first year coaching, so I don't know if even an 0-6 start would get a mid-season that quick fire. It would have to be somebody that already has kind of risk conditions. Like Dable could be out after 6 games if we have with as bad as last season was. If we just go 0-6 and look terrible this year, I could see okay, you gotta go having problem with coaches and stuff. And I think that would be a crappy thing to happen because I think our team sucks.
Y'all might be getting. Hopefully, y'all get a quarterback. You don't think they're going to?
I don't think they're going to. I've heard it's maybe an free agency thing, but if they're doing free agency, they're not paying anybody. So that means they're going to go get Gardner Minshew.
Hey, Gardner took a team to the playoffs.
He did take that team to the playoffs.
No.
But they're talking about Saquon might go to Dallas.
I ain't gonna say I hate that.
You know what?
And you know what? I'm going to stop loading over here. Well, I need something to get my mind off this. The actual Super Bowl, the game that matters.
Yes.
Vegas, baby.
Yes, we are here.
You forgot what you was gonna say?
Do it. Just keep thinking about. I just keep thinking about Saquon going to Dallas. It's just completely blanking my mind. Like I can't focus on anything other than like that would be the greatest nightmare.
What do you think the biggest mismatch is during the Super Bowl going to be? That could cause the most problems for.
I think the biggest mismatch is going to be Kansas City is very. I don't want to say one-dimensional with their passing, but they run kind of a three-man go. You know, Pacheco, Kelsey, Rice, and like a couple of the other ones got into there, whatever. But San Francisco has a defense that can like put one guy on Pacheco and slow him down.
Yeah,
put one guy on Rice and slow him down, and put one guy on Kelsey. They have linebackers that can run with Kelsey, and if they can put one guy on each of them and use everybody else to cover Bragg, they can zone cover the rest of them and get after Mahomes. I think that doesn't bode well. Like. They work better when teams are shifting double teams and stuff.
I mean, and they're excellent on the run. So teams usually, and then like they're great if you try to put in the air because that's what like Green Bay and the Lions they start trying to like just air out.
Didn't work.
It don't work. And that's what they.
What was work only? What seems to work is you got to have a multifaceted run game, and
I don't
Chiefs do not
have a power run game.
They don't have that.
They struggle with shifty cutback runners.
Mm-hmm.
So I think San Francisco got this one, but I don't know. Like we might repeat.
Please.
Was it 4 years ago? 2020. Yeah. I want to reset 2020 anyway. So maybe this is the way we just completely reset a very bad year. What you think? Like,
sounds good to me.
49ers win. I'm not going to get into political views. You think what you want. But then we just keep it, like, let's see what happened if this happened another 4 years ago. Because I feel like it all went wrong in 2020.
Yeah.
Woo!
We will see. I mean, I think the only way I see this game, honestly, it's either gets close or it's like a runaway by like the third quarter, and that's what scares me.
And you can't count Kansas City out.
And the thing is, I'm not going to count them out.
You can't count them out, and that's what makes this one really hard.
But I mean, because of the playoffs, you can't count San Francisco out.
This is going to be
2 games straight. They've come back.
Highly disappointed.
Both of them showed us why you can't count them out.
Yeah, like
I'll be
highly disappointed. This is not a good game.
It's just funny because we didn't think the Chiefs were going to be here.
Nah.
Not even kind of. It barely looked like. It looked like they could have a chance of not even going to the playoffs. The way they were starting to like.
The Raiders were. It looked like the Raiders were going to catch him. It looked like the Broncos were going to catch him.
Yeah, I was like, oh my lord! I was like, oh,
this is
rough. And I don't know. Like I did not.
Hit the playoffs.
I mean, the first game, I feel
it was super cold. And
if it wasn't that cold, like Miami might have said, because Miami had a lot of people out.
I mean, I was thinking it was I think it was somebody else other than Miami that wasn't like
Yeah, and you had this dude's from Hawaii. He looked like he wasn't ready for nothing like that.
He's from Hawaii. Is he from Hawaii?
I thought so. I could be wrong. Where he from? I
think he's from Hawaii, but he played college
in Alabama.
I know.
So like he ain't never been nowhere warm.
No, you said that backwards.
I mean cold.
Yeah.
He never been nowhere cold. Double negative. And technically, if he was right.
Yeah. But I mean, like, and it's not just that. There's a difference between going like, oh my god, I'm seeing snow for the first time. This is cold.
It's cold.
They lost to Buffalo at the end of the season.
If your skin's exposed too long, you might lose a limb. Like that's 2 different things.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't just him. There was a lot of people on that field that just looked like
miserable. Like
taking a hit on that back.
Ground, it's hard.
That ball. I mean, that ball had to be. It hit your hands and your arms. it's like getting smacked with a leather belt.
And then Buffalo do what Buffalo do best. They just choke right at the end. So they could have won that game. Choke.
It's always Buffalo's year.
And then I don't know what was going on with the Ravens. So like I thought it was going up. The Ravens going to win. This is going to be
I thought the Ravens were going to run them boys into the ground.
Like I was like 100%. I was like,
And they
Lamar
only
has
scored
proven
10
wrong.
points.
He's got the dog gene. He's got the playoff gene. He's I think he's going to be great. And then just like that game, it was like wow, wow.
Man, they had Harbaugh shaking that booty. It's like watching TV.
Yeah, he's dancing and stuff. It was awesome. And then, boy,
nope. Like it's crazy. Like so, I don't know. Like, but I really think this is gonna be a good game.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a great game. It's just, I think those only two ways I can see either either the Niners start getting them with like little trick gadget plays, and then McCaffrey just bleeds them up the middle, or hits a little screen, just goes down the sideline. That's just what they do, and I don't think the Chiefs have enough weapons on defense to keep all of the weapons they have covered.
No.
And I think so. You may see the Niners go down on 8 drives and come away with points on each drive.
at least 3.
Yeah. And you may see the Chiefs go down and maybe out of 8 drives they only might score 4, maybe. I just think that
A touchdown or 2 field goals.
Yeah, like something.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like honestly, they may have 20 this time, and the
I
Niners
think
may have
the
31.
mismatch with Dallas. San Francisco's defense is so full from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Or from front to back. And Kansas City offense is Pacheco, Kelsey, and Rasheed Rice.
Yeah.
Like, obviously Patrick Mahomes, but like...
They need people to step up.
Yeah, and San Francisco's got people everywhere.
I mean,
there's nowhere that you're like, oh, well, if this gets on this, that's going to be a problem. Like, no, they should be all right.
Debo's healthy and moving.
Yeah.
Trent Williams healthy, like not getting through there. Like
It's a big boy.
yeah, so like I just
And Trent needs to I need this because
their defense get angry and get hungry. Like
Trent's hungry.
oh my
He had to
goodness,
deal with Washington.
They almost
He
killed him.
deserves one because of Washington.
Washington almost killed him.
Yeah.
Literally.
so yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I hope it's more than just commercials because sometimes they got the commercials to talk
We got
about.
Usher at halftime.
We got Usher, yes.
I'm
I'm
excited
excited. I'm about to have
I'm so
flashbacks.
old.
Yeah.
I'm about to have
Right.
flashbacks.
I'm ready for Usher.
You
to
remember
come.
when they got their parents and grandparents were all excited for the halftime show and it was so good that you're like, dude.
And now,
Oh my God, it's Bruce Springsteen. Like, who cares? And now we're
Hey,
like, oh my God, it's Usher.
the E Street Band is good, man. Hey, yeah.
So yeah, but okay. So who you got winning? Let's go ahead and close this out.
I think it's gonna be like 35-21. No, 35-20 Niners.
Craig said Niners.
Please, Lord.
28-17 Niners.
It's gonna get Kansas
I
City
know.
win.
It is. It's going to be that.
I'm hoping I want the Niners, but it's gonna be a Kansas City win. Like we all said Niners.
Well,
We're gonna be sick of them forever. Okay, so
All right. Is that all?
I think that's it.
Really? Well,
yeah.
we'll see y'all with, I guess, a Super Bowl episode after this.
Wrap up
and season
And
wrap
then
up.
Probably, we'll probably wrap the Super Bowl and then give a little breakdown on what the plans are for the off season.
Yep, and what y'all can expect to see. Well, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
Do your best for you Niners.
We'll see y'all next week.
All right, y'all. Peace.